This is Pep Almighty, and you are now watching Couch Sessions TV.
How did you come up with the name Pep Almighty? Because that's a complete variation from your real name, which I won't say. But
long story short, because it can get kind of drawn out. When I was younger, I was scrawny and had a funny accent. I wasn't born here. And you know, kids around the waves kind of lean on me a little bit. So I started boxing at Boys and Girls Club. And it was cool because, you know, it kept me occupied, you know, taught me discipline, all that shit that they tell parents to kind of encourage them to get their kids involved in those kind of things. So I had some natural talent for it, and Mr. Espada, who used to train me, because, you know, I kind of grew up in Spanish Harlem, he kind of wanted me to try to do the Golden Gloves thing, whatever. Had some discipline, but not enough to do that.
okay.
Like hitting people, didn't really like the opposite too much. And this old man called Mr. Booker used to live around the way. He used to own a barbershop too. He's a boxing historian. Like, he just, I mean, all the way back to the 40s and 50s. So I used to scrap a lot, kind of overcompensate, really. You know what I'm saying? So he, you know, he called me on the block one day. I was like wearing this kid out, you know. And he said, you remind me of a young Willie Pep. Man, I want to look like a young Willie Pep. So, you know, he started calling me Pep, and then, like, my boys started hearing him calling me that, and then they started calling me, and it just stuck.
It sounds stuck.
The funny thing is that, and this is where the shit gets, like, really uncanny, is that I did research years later, and Willie Pep wasn't black. Willie Pep is the son of Italian immigrants from Connecticut, and he won over 200 fights in his career.
Oh, wow.
And 137 of those were consecutive victories.
Wow.
And this is like in the 50s, when it was 15 rounds, not 12, and, you know, people used to fight like every month instead of like twice a year, maybe, like somebody like Pacquiao might. So his record was incredible, and then he was skinny and little, and I started to understand where it came from. But the crazy shit is that about 6 years ago, he died on my birthday.
Oh, wow.
Which was like nuts to me.
Wow. That's crazy.
So if you look up Willie Pep, he died on November 23rd, and that was like nuts to me. And when I can, I'm gonna go to the Boxing Hall of Fame and pay my respects, because I just like got a like weird kind of connection to him. So the number 137 has a special significance to me, because 137 consecutive victories is pretty crazy. That's how I got the name Pep. A lot of people think it's because of my personality, because I'm pretty positive most of the time.
And upbeat, too.
And sometimes I let them believe that, because I don't feel like explaining the story, but it really comes from something completely different.
Frequency Revolution.
Yes.
Talk to me a little bit about your company, what you guys do.
Well, it's kind of morphed since its inception. It started as just, you know, when I got out of the promotions game, you know, I just knew that because essentially, like, radio and club promotions, what you're doing basically is, can I get another singer, please? Thank you. It's happy hour?
$3 each beer.
That makes me very happy. Can I get 2 more, please? Thank you. Beer good. So
you got the promotions game.
Yeah, it's essentially what it is after a while you're like begging for a living. You're not begging, you're begging DJs to play your record. Because make sure DJs know that you live and die by your BDS media-based numbers at the end of the week for you to put in your report. I mean, it's like you gotta hit them on a Monday like, yo, why ain't spin the record? I thought we were cool. You wind up doing a bunch of shit for them, you know what I'm saying? Because you gotta get incentives without money exchanging hands.
Yeah.
Because the FCC wouldn't like that.
No, they wouldn't.
They do all kinds of shit. Like, you know, they might fly into town from their little bam ass town and shit, you know, but their BDS, their station is BDS registered. Thank you. And so you do something like you might send a town car to pick him and his little funny faced bitch up from the airport just to make him look big when he comes to town. You know what I'm saying? You know, make him look big for the bitch, you know what I'm saying? Then like he get here and you know, he act like he don't know you while he's here, then he go back home and he don't spin the record. Or I remember one time we went out of town, one radio station, we rented a hotel suite, we catered it with Jamaican food, we got strippers, we gave all the DJs a stack of singles each. Now, next week, motherfuckers ain't spinning the record. And I was just like, you know what? I'm not doing this shit no more. And it came to a head because after I left the label and I was doing it independently with my old boss, there was this one guy, and he didn't spin the record.
Monday normally I come by to have a drink.
So I called him on a Saturday, I believe, because I knew he was coming to New York to like some charity softball game.
Right.
So I was like, yo, what's up, man? He was like, hello. I was like, yo, what's up, man? Like, yo, fam, I'm just hitting you because you know it didn't, but you know what I'm saying? Like, he cut me off. He was like, yo, whoa. He's like, why you yapping, man? You yapping on a Sunday? I was like, what you say? I was like, yo, my man, check this out, man. I'm a man. Like, I knew at that point I couldn't do it anymore.
Yeah.
Because you put yourself in a position to be taken advantage of, and not, you know, my temperament, I just knew. I was like, I'm going to put hands on somebody. So I said, you know what? It's always been the creative side that really inspired me anyway. You know, promotion started feeling like begging and administrative shit. It's like, yo, man, I want to start a production company, and like I need to find a dope producer. And so I knew this girl who was a friend of a friend.
Okay.
And she used to rap back in the day, and she was like, yo, my nephew makes beats. I was like, yo, that's dope. Like, I got into that I actually believe in. You know, some brands that have some brand integrity, some brands that I would actually use. And so a lot of the times I might speak about the brand just in like everyday conversation on Twitter, in person, or whatever. Excuse me. And like I try to work with brands where when I go into the marketplace and speak about it, it doesn't sound like a pitch.
Yeah.
It just sounds like a testimonial from a satisfied consumer. I try to work with brands like that, and so because that's the sincere like intent behind it. Sometimes if I mention them in the future, it might be like, oh, he's because they're cutting him a check. It's not like that. Like I really fuck with him. You know, and I just kind of like to move under the radar in general. A lot of the time.
What's your favorite brand?
Favorite brand?
Or favorite brands, I should say.
Oh shit.
Because you probably have more than one.
Like across platforms, like tech, clothing, all that shit?
Yeah. Give me 4.
Well, tech is, you know, Apple is just the heavyweight champ. It's great. You know, in terms of innovation and customer service, it's just the best. Clothing? Shit. Too many, man. Like, what do I consistently fuck with? I like APC a lot.
Okay. I read somewhere you have 15 pairs of glasses. Is that true?
give or take a few, maybe a few more. You know, it's just my thing. You know.
So who are some of the other producers that are on your roster, or other writers, or because you don't necessarily represent MCs, you just do the behind the scenes guys.
I don't know if I'm cut out for artist management, but I've been asked multiple times.
Have you ever considered? I know a lot of people looking for it.
Yeah, it's a very different animal. I can't. In comparison, songwriters, producers are low maintenance compared. Honestly, he's been my sole focus for a long time. I've consulted on a lot of other things though, and you know, sometimes I'll just put people on because I believe in paying it forward. You know, young producers, I'll just be like, yo, this dude's ill or whatever. Also, I never wanted to have the situation where a lot of managers, they deal with talent like it's almost like it's investment property. You know, they just accrue assets, and you know, they acquire assets and let it sit there and accrue value. They don't really do anything for it. And then when it's time to get paid, they're like, oh, like I never wanted anybody whose affairs that I'm handling to feel like I'm not giving them the attention they need or that I'm not working hard enough for them. So I never wanted to spread myself so thin that everybody doesn't feel like they're getting that same attention.
That's fair. That's absolutely fair.
But I'm definitely in the process of, I got my eye on these special young kids, similar situation, similar age. That's when I found Calvo, they're like 19. And they go to NYU, they're in the Clive Davis program, and they're like, same shit, hardworking, super humble, receptive to information. And I like them as people first and foremost, which is always important to me.